last podcast we were pretty heated because the Leafs had blown a lot of leads.
Yes, yeah, kind of. It was not looking good.
Wasn't looking good, but they head into the island and they come out with a 3-1 lead.
Yeah, man.
And look at that. Look at that. We talked about this last podcast. The Islanders were hitting them left, right, and center, and the Leafs won the game.
Yeah, but I know exactly why they won. There's only one reason they won this game.
Islanders can't score.
No, that's not it. Well, that had something to do with it, but
groin?
Yes. Okay, I don't know if you caught this, but right off the top, man, Mrazek's in net. They're giving Jackie Boy a little break because, well, he'd been fucking letting pucks in left and right lately. Basically, Jack Campbell, our boy, shout out. But Mrazek gets in there. His groin's apparently feeling better. I don't believe it, but apparently it's feeling good. But I don't know if you caught this because right away I'm like, oh, I can't see anything shiny on his fucking mask tonight. No shiny objects to be found.
Yeah, I was looking at it last night because you had said in the away he wears the chrome dome.
He switched it up. He said, nope, not doing the chrome. He went with just a normal fucking blue and white painted fucking mask. Look what happened. The groin was looking better than fucking ever last night.
That was the best game he's played.
Did you see the one glove save he made in the second where he made sure everybody on the ice knew I got it right here. It's right here.
He did the old goalie. He did the old goalie thing where it gets shot right into your glove, but you make it look fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, hey, man, shout out. Keep that chrome bucket maybe on the download. Just rock the fucking same one that you wore last night. Try to keep her going, and we'll see. We can get to this later, or we can get to it now. Does Mrazek get the next start? Does he get 2 in a row?
No, I don't think so. I think you go back to Campbell.
Oh, boy.
What has Campbell done this? I know he's had a bit of a rough stretch, but has Campbell not earned the right to go?
No, I know, but wouldn't it be nice maybe to get Pete going here?
Oh, if they want to give Campbell rest.
Do you want to get anything out of that contract at all? Or
yeah, I know. $3.5 million.
3 games. He's making $1 million a game at this point so far. Fuck, man.
He's making $3.5 million per win.
Jesus.
So
Christ.
far this season.
That's unbelievable. So anyway, okay.
Good job, Groin.
Shout out Peter Mrazek. Love it. So yeah, the month-long road trip is over. They're now going to go back to Toronto to play the Ducks, I think, on Wednesday for their first home game. I don't know what the deal is. Probably no fans, maybe 500 fans. Who the fuck knows? I can't keep track anymore. I don't know up from fucking down at this point, what's going on in Ontario. But so the Islanders, right? They've come on a little bit after their slow start, COVID. They had been playing a little bit better as of late. This was the second of a back-to-back for the Islanders, but the Leafs go in there and, what did you think overall? I'll get into the scores, the goal scores and all that, but overall, what did you think here? Because Keith had previously called them soft going into this, were you looking for a response here? What did you think? What did you think of what was going to happen and ultimately how they played?
I thought it was the response I was expecting. They played.
What are we talking, hard here or medium?
Medium. They played a solid, hard road game. They didn't make a bunch of mistakes. They weren't trying to be pretty. They got the win and they got out of town, and that's all. That's all you can ask for.
Yeah.
When you go, especially at the end of a long road trip. I thought that was the response. That looked more like the team we had seen earlier, where they were just knocking off wins and just going in and getting the W and getting the hell out.
I'll tell you something, though. Varlamov looked like absolute shit in that hockey game. A couple of those goals were unbelievable. No chance those goals should go in on an NHL goalie. But you got to take it. Take it for what it is.
You got to take it.
But I agree. So we go in. So the Leafs end up getting outshot in this game, 28-23. Face-offs, everything else hits. Everything was pretty much even in this game, actually, for the most part. 0 for 3 on the power play for the Islanders. 0 for 2 on the power play for the Leafs. No real standouts as far as I didn't, the third line was kind of good again. I just thought it was an overall better team game. I'll touch on the defense as we get going a little bit further into the podcast here. But anyway, Marner gets, they at least take a couple penalties in a row about halfway through the first period. Marner gets a breakaway, shorthanded goal, completely loses control of the puck, fucking goes in the net anyway. So
at first I thought he did that on purpose.
No, he didn't.
But then when they showed the replay, I was like, oh my God, did he just pull off the move?
No.
And then they
lost
the replay.
it.
He totally just fumbled it and it slid under the pads.
But hey, man, like, so here we go. 3 games back for Marner, 3 goals in and he scored in every game since he's returned. So he's been looking good. And I thought he played well on both ends of the puck. There's a play or both ends. Yeah, like defensively, he was strong, I thought too. There was a play. I don't know if it was in the second period, whatever. The Islanders were kind of shaping up to like a 2-on-1. Brody was back, but Marner was like trying to catch up and take his man. And he did. He caught up and he ended up like deflecting the puck into the corner. So I thought Marner, pretty solid game overall. Yeah, just defensively a good game, and he contributed offensively, so it was all good. But Parise gets a goal for the Islanders, and then Engvall with like at the 1959 mark of the first period, just like a little, like this looked like a fucking curling rock going into the net. Like it was going about the pace of a fucking curling
with
rock.
Only 1 second on the clock.
Yeah, like not even less. It was like 0.4 of a second on the clock.
But by the time from when he let it go off his stick to the time it crossed the line, he had like only a second to spare, and you're right. He slid it like a curling rock.
Yeah, it looked like he was just curling it into the net. No problem. So I don't know how that like went in. Varlamov, brutal goal. I thought the first one was bad, but I could see that one. This one was just like, no way that should go in on a fucking NHL goalie. But anyway, I heard they're looking for a goalie in Edmonton, so maybe they'll be calling the Islanders for that one. Maybe. Who knows?
You never know.
They finally won a game, last night, the Oilers. Did you see that?
I did, yeah.
They beat the Flames 4-3, I think, after getting thumped by the Panthers a couple nights earlier, like 6-0 at home. We had fucking Jersey Gate in Edmonton a couple nights ago.
But the Panthers are steamrolling everything.
I know. I got
it's a little scary, man.
Oh, yeah, scary. It is scary.
I said it a few podcasts ago. Like, I honestly would rather watching them. I'd rather the Tampa Bay Lightning in the first. I would rather the defending Stanley Cup champions than the Florida Panthers. The way the Panthers look right now.
It's going to be tough either way. I got a little bit on that later after the recap. But anyway, so Engvall, the goal counts as 2-1 Leafs after the first. We go to the second period. I don't know. Kind of just, it wasn't the most exciting game. It was kind of, there wasn't a lot of.
That's the Islanders.
Yeah, I know. It wasn't.
I don't know how their fans do it, man. Barry Trotz and that style of hockey is so fucking boring.
It is, but I would take it. And
if you're winning,
dude, conference final 2 years in a row, a game away from the Stanley Cup final 2 years in a row.
But this season, when you're kind of out of it, like let's play some run and gun. Let's let her go.
Yeah, well, that's not Lamoriello or Trotzy. They don't do that shit.
No, they don't do that.
It's the same. Stick to it always. But anyway, so Riley ends up getting on the board with a fucking nice pass from Nylander at the halfway point of the second period to make it 3-1. Toronto Maple Leafs. Every fucking single game on this road trip, except the Arizona game, the Leafs have had a 3-1 lead in every fucking hockey game.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to text me.
No, I was just like, I'm not even gonna this. I'm just gonna let it fucking be.
This was a lead, and they got the 3-1 lead in the second period. All the other games, they've gotten the 3-1 lead in the first.
Earlier. But still, we're only at the halfway point in the game. It's 3-1. There's tons of time for a comeback. Did not fucking happen, man. Did not happen. Islanders couldn't get it going. That was the end of the scoring. That was it. There wasn't even a lot of Mrazek played pretty well. I thought when he needed to make the save, he made the save. And recently with Jack, that wasn't happening. So for multiple different reasons.
A memorable game though.
No,
they got the W, but we're not going to look back and ever talk about this game again.
No, 100%. No way.
It's over. It's done.
It fell flat. It was a dud, basically. It really was. The goals weren't great. Riley's goal was the nicest goal. Marner's goal and Engvall's goal were not good at all. But so there wasn't a lot of excitement in this game. But Riley stays hot, I guess. I don't even know where he's at now with 5 goals and maybe 30 assists or something like that. Like he's having since he signed that contract, man, Riley's been just dynamite. And
it's hard to believe, like, at the start of the year, we were questioning him.
Well, he didn't start well. Neither did
contract. Look at what he's got going.
I know, it's crazy.
Unbelievable. So, yeah, it's an unmemorable game. Leafs win 3-1.
So the Leafs were finally able to hold on to a 3-1 lead for the first time in literally 2 fucking weeks. Like literally the first time they haven't blown a lead in 2 weeks. So hopefully that shit's over with now. Hopefully we can put this road trip behind us and just not blow any more leads. I'm done with the blowing the loads of leads. Okay. You want to blow one more? Maybe there's one more left in the tank, but then that's fucking it. You got to stop. It has to end right here. Cannot continue to do it. So impressive, I guess, considering, like I said, it was the first lead that they haven't blown in 2 weeks. So hey there, thank you very much for watching the video. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want to listen to the audio version of our podcast, we are available on Apple, Spotify, and all other podcast platforms. You can check in the description below for links to our social media, as well to our Patreon page if you want to support the podcast. We will be bringing you the best Maple Leafs content all season long right here only on the Tip In Maple Leafs podcast.